We got Tyler Reddick here. Tyler, thanks for being here. First, I think we just need to talk Indianapolis, the race that just happened, and obviously your teammate. Bubba Wallace's win Sunday was the first for 2311 this season, but it also means there's another new winner and one less spot in the playoffs on points. There's now 13 drivers with a win. So how does that affect your confidence level heading into these last few races, the final stretch of the regular season?
It shouldn't really change much for us. Our focus is really, even if, there was 16 winners, our focus would remain the same. It'd be about bringing fast race cars to the track, trying to qualify up front, score the stage points. If you're going to score stage points, you're going to most likely have a shot at winning the race. So, yeah, I think pressure comes with it. The more new winners we have, the further we, slide down the playoff standings. Absolutely. So, from that standpoint, we're going to have to really be on it, getting going as the playoffs begin, just starting in at more of a deficit than we did last year each round. But there's still a few races left. If we get on a heater here and go in some races, it can totally turn that outlook around. But, it's just part of it. Just got to live with the pressure of it. Anything can happen. I'd say we're managing that pressure pretty well. But you could certainly see 4 new winners. The likelihood's low, but just got to be ready for anything.
Absolutely. But also, Bubba wasn't the only Toyota driver to really have a triumph on Sunday. Ty Gibbs got the inaugural $1 million for the in-season challenge. So I'm just wondering how, and you made it pretty far yourself, so how would you evaluate just the execution of the entire tournament? And is there anything you'd like for it to be changed going forward if it does continue next season and beyond?
The seeding process was a little interesting. But when you have a seeding process like that and you go to Atlanta, it's not really a big deal. Where the races happen, take place, all that, as far as all that's concerned, there really isn't anything that jumps out to me. I'm good with all of it. So, it's just fun. It adds an extra layer, to the race. For us, me and Ty Gibbs battled quite a bit at Dover. And it all came down to those closing laps at the end of the race to see who advanced and who didn't. So I certainly enjoyed it. It was a fun. It adds a fun wrinkle to the summer stretch where things can kind of. I wouldn't say the racing gets calm, as we saw. We had some very exciting finishes, but it just helps add to the excitement of the summer races, I think.
Awesome. And speaking of these summer races, some other different tracks, we got Iowa obviously coming up this weekend and Richmond in a few weeks. So how are you feeling just with your general pace for the 45 team on these shorter tracks? Because we will be seeing some of these in playoffs as well.
Yeah. We were good at Iowa last year. Richmond seems like a place where when we're at our best, we're able to lead laps, win stages. When we're just okay, we're still in the conversation for the top 10. So, the biggest question mark I'd say is just going into Watkins Glen. How much have we been able to close the gap to SVG? Obviously, the Glen's a little different than some of the road courses we've raced this year, but I think that's the biggest question mark. Just how much the field, how much have we been able to close the gap to him? That's pretty much the one thing that comes to mind.
Makes sense. And then just off the track completely. So first off, I know you just celebrated your first wedding anniversary, so congrats. But how's life been now that you're a family of 4, and what's the biggest adjustment been for that?
Yeah, the first time around, 2 parents focused on 1 newborn. Not sleeping is a fresh challenge. But yeah, the second time around, it always seems. It's gotten a little better the last week or 2, but it always seems when I get my son Bo, who's 5, to stay in bed all night, it seems like Rookie's up quite a bit throughout the night and vice versa. It always seems like when one's really good and one's set, the other one is up in the middle of the night. So yeah, when certainly I can only imagine what it's like for my wife during the day. I have the responsibilities to carry out throughout the week here at Airspeed. So yeah, she's typically outnumbered at home, but it's great to have family and friends and supporting cast, if you will, to help manage all that. But yeah, as far as adjusting to the travel, I feel like we got that down pretty solid. We got a pretty good system. Our roller bags quickly turn into places we can hang car seats and baby carriers and you name it. So yeah, it's quite the load and unload process these days, getting to and from the racetrack, that's for sure.
That's awesome. And just to expand more on your personal life, obviously you were featured in the Netflix documentary Full Speed, and you went a little bit viral year and a half ago for your Luigi costume, the whole Mario family. But whatever fun activities have you been doing with your family, or even for yourself? Whatever hobbies do you have off of the track?
Yeah, it's tough, when you have the length and the grind of the season that you do on the Cup Series. It's hard to find that time. So a lot of times, those moments that you get to spend as a family together, or when you're at the racetrack on the weekends. And so, for us, it could be as simple as just as a family watching a movie together. A lot of the great cities that we get to go to have fun experiences for my son, Bo. And then just some days it's nice to be able to, just as a family go on a walk and take in the sun or the shade. But yeah, this time around for sure, I've noticed that, just with the two kids, you find yourself struggling to find time even more. But yeah, it's just how life goes. It gets busy. It's easy to get a little bit behind, but you try and manage it the best that you can.
100%. And then just one more fun question, I guess, for lack of a better term. But just curious, especially among your Toyota teammates, who have you hung out with the most? Who's your best friend off the track, if you had to choose?
Yeah, I think as of late, we got to go with Riley Herbst. We spend a lot of time at Airspeed together, it seems like. Obviously, Bubba's a part of the meetings and everything that we have during the week, post and pre-event. But yeah, I train here at Airspeed in the gym, and Riley, more times than not, is working out similar times. So get to spend a lot of time around him. It's been fun getting to learn and understand Riley. I never really got to work with him in any of the previous locations I was at. I got to race against him in the Xfinity Series and in some other teams, but yeah, first time working with him. But yeah, he's been a sponge, just learning as quick as he can. It's a big step going from the Xfinity Series to the Cup Series. I can only imagine what it's like for him as well, coming into the next gen car, which is wildly different from any other stock car that I've driven. Then coming in with the lack of experience that I feel like a lot of the Cup guys have been able to claim over the last 4 years with this car. So it's been tough, but he's learning quick.
That's awesome, especially with the lack of practice and qualifying too, compared to what we used to have. But just two more quick questions for you. We'll go back for on track. You hinted at this a little bit, but if you, obviously, best case scenario, would like to win within the next 4 races, you got some good chances. You got a fast team, but which one do you think would be your best chance if you had to say it right now?
Man, I feel like the opportunity's pretty. I know you want me to pick one. I feel good about what we've been able to work on here recently for both of those places. I feel like our strategy and approach when it comes to speedway racing at a place like Daytona has been good the last couple of years. And then Watkins Glen is a road course where of the road courses I seem to be the most pedestrian, if you will. Just another car in the field. But over the years that I've raced there and trying to close that experience gap up to the other veterans, it seems like things are making more and more sense each time we go. And I feel like the direction that NASCAR's went with the car, the direction Goodyear's went with the tires, it should help me at a place like Watkins Glen. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not. There isn't a race here to close out the regular season that really stands out as the opportunity to win. I think with where we're at, all 4 are very, very even with each other.
And you mentioned your road course prowess. I'm actually adding another question in here. But San Diego, obviously that announcement was made last week, and you're from California, so I was just curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've never been to San Diego. Being in Northern California and growing up there, my family never really ventured much further south of Sacramento while I lived there. So, a lot of the major cities in the state of California, I never really got to see for myself as a kid. But it's a place I've heard of many, many great things about. And yeah, getting to race Coronado Island is a very unique opportunity. We got to do it in Chicago. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And I expect similar things out of that.
That's great, and hopefully the fans and everyone involved will have a great time with it. But last question for you, Tyler. Just in general, the 45 team, you guys have been incredibly consistent. You're obviously very high up in points with that, even though you don't have the win. But where do you see the team's readiness as a whole for that potential playoff run of the last 10 weeks of the season? How do you guys think you can gel to be able to potentially secure a championship or at least another Final Four berth?
I feel like our potential is very similar to where it was last year. Yes, we just don't have the playoff points at this current time that we did a year ago. So I feel it's very similar. It seems like this year, just when you think someone's going to run away with it, like William Byron, he has a stretch of tough races. Just when you think Denny's going to open it back up and get going, things come his way. Larson has issues, Bell has his. It just seems like teams have stretches where they're just off, and I feel like you could argue the last 3 or 4 for us haven't been strong for us on the point side of things as well either. So, it's just a matter of being smart, racing to your potential, and surviving those chaotic days. I think that's going to be the key for sure. Mm-hmm. Without the playoff points our competitors have that we race around, it makes that path just a little bit more difficult. But on those bad days when things go wrong, it's not like you lose 5 points. You're losing 20 plus points in a day, and your playoff points can quickly be erased in a round from just one bad race.
Well, we'll have to see how it all plays out. We got 4 races left in the regular season. Next time you'll see Tyler Reddick and that 45 on track will be at Iowa Speedway this weekend.